the room fill up, be sure, and I mean, just that, be sure to hit the like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. Man, oh man, I'm going to tell you, life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Come on. Matthew Waletzko. Come on. We're going to talk about it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Mama said there'll be days just like this. Let's go. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. All right. Appreciate you. Thank you, each and every last one of you all, for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. All right, so here's the news so far. And Mike McCarthy, he did his presser earlier today. Shout out to those who got a chance to watch that. It's live on the DallasCowboys.com right now. You guys can go and check it out. Basically, he said Tony Pollard, he will be there. He's good. He's good to go. Giving him the good thumbs up or what have you. Also, Matt Waletzko. He's having a heck of an off season, and he's been present. So Matthew Waletzko, y'all can take it with a grain of salt, or you can sit back and say, yeah, man, that Waletzko could be the Terrence Steele 2.0. And we'll find out whether or not this is tongue-in-cheek, right? We'll find out whether or not, they are either kissing us with the pig lips, or this is the actual kiss of the truth, right? And only time will tell it all, right? And to be real with you guys, there's no shocking news or breaking news to us, because Will McClay is Will McClay, right? It's just that if they can work wonders with Joshua Ball, that will be a whole nother conversation. On top of that, as you guys see in the thumbnail, appreciate you so much, Simi Fehoko is having a hell of an off season right now. And show of hands for those who are out there who remember last year that Simi was doing that too, before even training camp, before the preseason. So 9 times out of 10, shout out to Simi. We hope that he can step up and stand tall and let everybody know that 8-1 is a good number to have out there on the field. And the last time we seen that number worked really good for us was it T.O.? It was the last time we seen somebody work that number, T.O., 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 T.O. So hopefully he bring us that type of things there. Also, they was talking about Tyron Johnson. He said they connected with him, the guy that we kind of picked up the other day off the streets that played for everyone, right? They said that he had a good day out there. So it's all good, Cowboy Nation. I'm going to say this, though. It's still mandatory minicamp, and it's many for a reason. We would know more when the real training camp come about. And on top of that, even the first few days of training camp, we would know more. We would know more when all of that is hitting as it relates to when they put the pads on. So I can't wait to see that. And we got John Machota tweeting live with all of the updates. Let me see if I can get to that. But I really appreciate you guys so much for jumping in and tuning in, and thank those who watched the show last night. Give me a thumbs up if you've seen the show last night. Let me know in the chat. Give me thumbs up in the chat if you've seen the show last night, and type in new media if you like to, type that into the chat. And John Machota got some updates over here with Dak Prescott. Let me see if I can pull it all around so that I can give you guys this content right here. We're going to build a plane while it's in the air, baby. That's what we're going to do. So bear with me. Hail Mary. Run quick, see. What do we have here now? Yes, indeed. So this is pretty much like quasi new news far as the content that's being visible. So give me 1 second here. Boom. You know, we're going to build a plane while it's in the air. Boom. Can y'all see that? Oh, yeah. Can y'all see that? Let me know in the chat. So according to John Machota, he's saying that in this particular picture, Dak Prescott did connect to Ronald Jones. And I'm going to tell you guys, for real, Dak himself, and we had a conversation about this for 2 days in a row now with Dak Prescott. Dak himself need to have a good year. He need to have a solid year, and on top of that, it just need to be non-politically based year, right? It need to be a real good year, good season, and we need to see that collectively. We know he's in a contract situation. And this is also a deep pass, according to John Machota, a deep ball to Brandon Cooks. Now, granted, is that separation? Is that separation? Can you guys see separation with that? You know, let me see if I can put a cursor on this, a marker. So y'all bear with me. Let me see. We building the plane while it's in the air. Boom. Is that separation? What I need from you is separation. You know, I remixed that because we know it's understanding, but I can see that's taking the top off the defense. Now, we don't have the liberty of seeing whether or not he caught it, but 9 times out of 10, he caught that one. You know, I'm going to say he caught that one. Can you guys say the same? Come on, Cowboy Nation. I know you guys going to say the same. So definitely, we can get the separation now, and not to poke and not to point fingers at Noah Brown. But I don't think that he would have been able to do that, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. As you guys can see, he knows the ball, and he was able to catch it from the next slide. Oh, my goodness, man. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session as we take a deeper look at Brandon Cooks taking the top off the defense. Now, on when we see these type of plays, ladies and gentlemen, it goes twofolds. Now we can sit back and say, hey, man, that was a good catch by Brandon Cook, but who did he cook? You know, so we won't have him out there on the field. Who did he cook? Who did he burn up? Who did he made over there and turn to mince over there? You know, so those are the dual things that we have to go over and over again. So let me see what's on the next slide. Yeah. Can y'all point out that number for me, man? I don't know what that number is, man. But I can tell you he caught that ball and he corralled it. Yes, indeed. So shout out to Dak, man. And shout out to the real MVP, John Machota. Shout out to John Machota for these slides. So that's the formation right there. That's the play. Dak Prescott, Mississippi State. Dak Prescott drops back. And this is straight up vanilla, though, right? Because we can see that there's space and opportunities, right? We can see that the other quarterbacks are watching. Shout out to Will Greer with the Beard Gang. You know, shout out to the Beard Gang over here, man. Shout out to the Beard Gang. But when we squeeze over, we see the separation there. And man, oh man, I can't wait for the real season to kick off and jump off so we can see this. Because how I view it and how I see it, ladies and gentlemen, I look at it like this. I flat out look at it like when you have a person with the ability to take the top off the defense, it makes the defense play honest. Do anybody want to disagree? It makes the defense play honest, meaning that you can't cheat and bracket cover. You can't cheat and have a man down inside. So you got to play too high. And when you playing too high and you got somebody that can have the responsibility underneath, then you can eat just that way with your boys of like the CeeDee Lambs of the world. Because I don't think that CeeDee Lamb is going to take a vertical play as often as Brandon Cooks, right? So I look at those small, it's the little things you do, baby. And, of course, when we think of this, we seeing that Gallup, Cooks, I call these boys the big three right here. And we want them to all be healthy for the 2023 season. But I'm going to tell you, man, there's something about the little guy right here, the shorter guy out of the bunch, that he can be that guy that can be that nuances of as it relates to taking the top off the defense and getting the extra yards for us, right? Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to you, Jessica. Thank you so much for jumping in. And shout out to you, Smith. I see you in the chat. And Sheila. I see you, lady. Appreciate you, Spencer. Appreciate you. And C. Burleson. Appreciate you guys. Do me a huge favor. Hit that like and share. Shout out to you, Thomas A. Garrett. So we seeing all of this good stuff right here, Cowboy Nation. And these pictures are brought to you by John Machota's Twitter account, so be sure to check him out. And let me see if I got another picture, boy. He got some good stuff over here. It says here, Dak Prescott connects to Peyton Hendershot. It's on a corner route. I love saying that. Peyton Hendershot, I think that he came along pretty well last season. And keep this in mind. Peyton Hendershot, we had this conversation with Brian Broadus when he was on the Final Word with us. He said, look out for Peyton Hendershot. The news and storylines was saying that basically he picked up the offense really well. And he was an undrafted guy last season, y'all. An undrafted guy who's going to get a lot of a lot of playing time. And I get it, right, what most people may say and think that this particular team needs a tight end, but we may already have it in-house, right? And I think of what Peyton Hendershot did last season. He only made us mad one time, right? He only made us mad one time, and that was the Titans game. The ball hit him right between the numbers there, and he wanted to play volleyball with it, right? And it caused a turnover. But I'm going to tell you, in that Jacksonville game, I believe it was a touchdown. So sweet. So sweet. On that corner post. So you're looking at a guy that averaged more yards per reception than Jake Ferguson coming out of college, right? I think he averaged a little bit more touchdowns, better way to say it, than my guy. So let's not sleep on good old Peyton Hendershot. He may just be that guy that we can all look back on and say, man, shoo. That dude right there, he's a true dog, man. So I can't wait to see what he's going to bring to the table, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that, for observation for the nation, let's slide this picture up right quick. We see Hunter Lupke. Yep. A lot of people going to mispronounce his name, right? I've been hearing Lipke, Loop, just Hunter, number 43. He's going to be a guy that I foresee to be a hybrid guy. He can be very much so your tight end / fullback that's coming out of the backfield. So can't wait to see him when the season and everything kick off or when training camp. Give Hendershot his shot. This is from my guy I Rock in the house. Appreciate you, dog. Yeah, give him a shot. Like,
Give me my theme music.
Yeah, give him that too. All right, so Jones, you see Ronald Jones with the dreads down below, right? And let me see what else pictures we got hovering around. I can't wait for all of this stuff to really we be able to see these things. And when I'm out there in practice, and a lot of things will be, hear me out, Cowboy Nation. A lot of things will be the reason why they don't want video now. They're still installing. There will be a lot of guys, when you look at the tape, compromised because they are learning. And from the novice eyes, you would say, oh, this guy's washed. This guy sucked. This guy's trash. And it would be unfair to the player. So this was a swing pass out to Ronald Jones. I think that Ronald, let me know if you guys been following his career. I think he's a good yards after catch guy. I think you can utilize him in the flat or what have you and turn up field and get things going. Although Tony Pollard is watching, I'm quite sure that the biggest reservation, although it may be running back room and O-line room, I think that the reason why we have these reservations, because we thinking of the old administration. We thinking of the old administration. We thinking of, hey, with Kellen Moore or even with Jason Garrett, we needed great guys. We needed Hall of Fame guys in order for us to be good. We needed, think about it. Think about it. Hear me out. In order for the Cowboys to win with the Jason Garrett administration, and you can throw in the Kellen Moore's, and I'm only using this as context because I'm not throwing away Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett. Those are nice people. Met them, really good, solid people. But from a football aspect, they needed talent to be at his all-time peak. They couldn't take the leftovers and make food for the rest of the week. They couldn't take the residue and shine it up and make it good, right? We needed a DeMarco Murray for 2014. We needed for him to play at his optimum level in order to win. We needed to have all of our offensive line, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith. We needed those boys to stay healthy, you know? And those were way back in the good old days. And then in the earlier parts of the season, we needed these guys to be healthy in order to win. Everybody, like, what was more remarkable to me, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, the remarkable aspect was the fact that we were able to win in spite of having injuries, or we were able to make the necessary adjustments in the last two seasons in spite of having some type of issues of people not playing. But back in the days, shoot, with the old administration, if something happened, you can go ahead and chalk that up as 4 or 5 games lost, right? Regardless of the situation. So that's why I was telling my guy Darius when he was calling in is, hey, man, I get what you're saying, but shoot, with Mike McCarthy, we just figuring out ways to win. Now, on this other slide right here, let's look at, and I know you just got to trust your mind, right? This is a pass. Shout out to you, Lord Nova. Appreciate you for jumping in. Stars up. Appreciate you, Sir Lawrence McKinney. Yeah, it's a good name, Lawrence. All right, so we see a catch. There's a still photo, a photograph, right, of Dak Prescott to Michael Gallup. And the thing that I'm keep looking at, and I'm going to be, I'm going to be really looking into this, of his lower body extremities, right? We're going to be looking at these areas for the off season and seeing whether or not he put a sleeve on it, he wearing some type of brace on it. But from what I can see here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, appreciate y'all, we don't see anything that he's favoring. And when I made the statement hear me out, when I made the statement about the good old Gallup, right, and his inabilities to play week to week, it was due to the fact that he was favoring a side of his body, right? He was favoring and not pushing off like we used to seeing him do such, right? And he was playing under the caution era, right? Like, I better not try to lean too far into this catch. I got a business decision. I got responsibilities, man. I just got this $60 million. Man, it just came in. I don't want this. Look, I'm trying to find me a house in Frisco or Little Elms or wherever they at Prosper now. You know, I think a lot of the players, they in Prosper and Allen, Texas. They trying to get that house, you know, with the pool in the back, or with the indoor pool and the floors are warm and everything, you know. So they trying to get those things, and they want to move out of their starter home, right? They want to be able to get those things, and they looking back and they saying, okay, I want the coins. Not saying that you can't get it if you already had your rookie's contract, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? They want to make sure that if they start their family or what have you, that it will be in the confines of the Dallas area, right? It was the worst thing you want to do is go through the plan and make up and set up and buy you a house, and then all of a sudden they ship you off to Cleveland. Oh, my bad. That actually happened to a wide receiver, right? And I don't care how you can jazz up Cleveland, whether it's summertime or wintertime. It ain't like staying in Texas, right? Let me know if you staying in Cleveland, Ohio, and you close to the Browns. Let me know if that's an area that you like to stay in. But you guys get me what I'm saying. And I just think that with a clearer mind, right, with a clear conscience, I think that you get a better Michael Gallup. I truly believe that. And you will have a better results from that, Shout out to you, Greg Berry. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. So with that being said, let me see if I got another slide for y'all, man. We're going to slide on y'all today, man. Appreciate y'all. We sliding on you, man. Boy, we sliding on y'all today. All right. And then we'll get to some more content. We got right here, this is Dak and CD going over plays, and I'm going to pull this up on the screen. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to John Machota, man, for getting us all of this good stuff, man. Y'all reach out to John and say, man, Law gave you some praises, man. What's good with you, man? Everything all right? Yeah. Such a great photo time, because a picture says 1,000 words, right? Or 1,000,000. And we can all look back at this and see CD Lamb, believe it or not, that brother, he's filling out a little bit, no homo, but his legs getting bigger, and we're seeing that. Y'all remember he was frail. It looked like he needed a sandwich, man. So CD Lamb is getting powerful, man. As long as he don't lose that speed, he's looking like he's filling out, It looks like he no longer.
He needs some milk.
You know what I'm saying? And that's endurance, and that goes a long way too as well, Cowboy Nation. So I can't wait to see good old CD Lamb being able. There you go, my guy. I was waiting for you to say something. Let me add you in. For somehow, I don't know how you lost your mod privileges, man, but now you got it back. That's my guy, my dog, man. Lost in Translation podcast. He's been following the channel for a minute, and appreciate him. All right, so you guys see what I'm saying with CD Lamb is, if these two guys right here, Dak to Lamb, get on the same page, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It would be crazy dynamite. I was watching, I believe it was Hanging with the Boys, or it was one of the podcasts on DallasCowboys.com, and they was going over a debate on who is more important, CD Lamb or Trayvon Diggs. And I'm sitting here like, dude, both of them equally are important. But I know it's hard to find DBs to shut down a side of a field, but Diggs is not to that level yet. I think that CD Lamb is a little bit ahead of Trayvon Diggs. So if CD Lamb can get to his ceiling and beyond, right, he will be more valuable, because CD Lamb can give you those three touchdowns a game. He can demand the best DB that's on the opposing team and your best nickel to pay attention. Right? The 88, boy, if he can play up to his levels and his expertise, boy, my goodness. Now, no shade at Trayvon Diggs. But when we start doing the who have the more tangible weakness, I'm not throwing it at him, though, because Trayvon Diggs, my guy, y'all know I'm team defense. But tangibly, and I know that Trayvon Diggs only had, 2 missed tackles last season. That's not bad at all. But coming down to feel and hit, I think that that's more of a glaring issue juxtaposed to anything that CD Lamb would have, because I can literally say, outside of top speed, hear me out, don't shank me with the butter knife, because both of those boys are great at their own way. Right? They both all pros. I believe they made it at one time, right? But when I look at CD Lamb, the only weakness that you would say from his game is probably top speed, right? He can run routes like no other. He can catch the ball really good, right? And he's picking up the offense even better. And he will be that safety valve, that safety blanket for you. You can literally by the end of this year, if you have a healthy Dak Prescott and a healthy CeeDee Lamb for the entirety of the 2023 season, you will literally say to you, I don't see too many weaknesses in his game. But if you guys can you guys tell me, what would be CeeDee Lamb weakness? You know what I'm saying? What would be his biggest weakness? Your biggest concerns? What would be that? Slide on him. Yeah, yes, indeed. Lost in translation said he getting thick. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, and don't y'all do that. Don't y'all. I see y'all right now. Don't y'all say CeeDee Lamb biggest weakness is Dak Prescott. Don't y'all do me like that. Don't y'all say that. Don't y'all say that. Because yeah, I knew it, Chris. I can count on you, boy. Chris, I knew it. I said, damn. When I said it, I said, I bet you somebody gonna say it. And Chris Blunt, you didn't let me down, man. Hey, CeeDee Lamb biggest weakness is Dak Prescott. I feel you, though. But a healthy Dak Prescott. You see, you made me laugh today, Chris. I was feeling down until I saw that text right there on the chat screen. Yes, indeed, man. Boy, I was feeling down. Boy, you made me laugh today, boy. Chris, man, God made you for that moment right there to make me laugh. But his biggest weakness was Kellen Moore. This from my guy, Sir Lawrence. I feel you on that. So I would say this, and call me crazy, call me silly, but there's another guy that do like this. His name is Debo. They are good buddies. They are good friends. And I would say this, if there's absolutely nothing Debo can do that CeeDee Lamb can't do. There are things that CeeDee Lamb can do that Debo can't do. And I get it. Debo is a physical, strong runner, right? But I've seen CeeDee Lamb do those things. I've seen CeeDee Lamb get separation at the top of his route. I've seen CeeDee Lamb get off of his releases. I've seen him catch the miracle catches. And I promise you guys, and you can hold my feet to the fire, you can hold my feet to the fire. But I promise you guys, this right here, if both of those boys healthy, woo, how Jerry Jones said, woo, Jerry, man, one time for your boy, man. Tell him what you want, Jerry. Tell him what you want.
I want me some glory hole.
Woo. Yes, indeed. CeeDee Lamb just got hurt in practice. He'll be all right. I got some Mississippi mud for him, man. Can't break tackles like Debo. Man, did you see a play? I think it was against the Giants. And let me see what they saying about CeeDee Lamb. I done spoke the man up, and now he got hurt, man. Look, man, y'all stop updating me. Hold on. Let me see what kind of hurt. Because they ain't doing nothing. Let me see. Oh, it ain't nothing major. If it was something major, if he like tore a spleen or something coming out of his back or something, it would have been that type of news. Breaking news. The Cowboys, number one pick in 2020, has spleen coming out the back. It would have been one of those type of things. But here it is right here. We got this guy that's shutting down Jerry Jones. Boy, I'm telling you, Jerry Jones getting shut down, baby. Jerry Jones is getting shut down, baby. Just got word. It's on Instagram. Thomas, what was it, man? Share it to me, man. What's on it? CeeDee Lamb just got hurt in practice leg. No. Let me see. Boy, y'all know how to mess up the boom room as we look at Stephon Gilmore shutting down Jerry Wayne Jones. Jerry Jones go nowhere without that jacket, though, by the way. It could be 110 degrees. Jerry Jones going to have that same jacket on just like I got my hoodie on. So I ain't talking about Jerry because we probably cut from the same cloth. We're wearing the same thing over and over again. And this is terrible. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on. what I was saying is terrible is somebody made, let me see if I can, this is what I'm saying is terrible. Hold on. Yeah, that's terrible right there. Who in their mind go mess up some ketchup, chock up, you know what I'm saying? However you want to call it. I said, that's just terrible. Just know you bring this near me, you going to jail, basically. So somebody infused, I'm on Twitter trying to find the news because that's the best way to find news. Who in their right mind going to try to mix chocolate with ketchup? Come on, man. It's terrible. All right, let me go to my people, man. All right, so let me go to John Machota. Let me go to John Machota to see what he's tweeting out here. Michael Parsons, Cowboys rookie, Luke Schoonmaker. They said that he was hurt, but he's out there. We seeing Malik Hooker cuffing up Jerry Jones. All right. I don't see the news. Let me do this right here. C.D. Lamb. Let me type that in. All right, C.D. Lamb, Brandon Cooks. What kind of injury do he have? Because normally, man, Twitter be having all of this good stuff, man. C.D. Lamb, okay, this is from Cowboys Nation. It says wide receiver C.D. Lamb appeared to have injured his leg during OTAs today, but seems to be in good spirits afterwards. See, I'm telling y'all, man, he's okay, because if it was really bad, and I'm not trying to flex or anything, I absolutely got his coach's number. You know what I'm saying? The guy that he work out with. And I'll be like, hey, dog, what's going on with Lamb? And he would tell me the truth. He wouldn't have to lie to me, man. So this is another thing. A picture says 1,000 words. Let me see if I can, and you can't see him limping or anything. It'd be an old Charlie horse. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever caught a Charlie horse? Charlie horse. That'll make you fold up a little bit. And, yeah, I don't know who mixing chocolate with ketchup. That's just terrible, man. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to blow this picture up, too. Boom. Yeah. And this is how you got to take these news, too, man. This was a picture that it appears that he hurt his leg, right? Here's how you got to take any bit of information. Wait to training camp. Wait until training camp. It's a whole nother world. Y'all remember last year around this time, James Washington, he was out there for OTAs and minicamp. He had the big boy boot on, right? And we only saw him for a spoonful of reps. And I said, dang, man, what's going on with James Washington? He had that big boy boot on. And the day he got out of the big boot, right, he put his pads on. I said, is that Emmett? Because he kind of like Emmitt Smith height, right? He had the big boy pads on. I'm sitting here saying, as a wide receiver, man, you want to have less areas of somebody jamming you, right? He literally had the big boy pads on. I said, shoot, let me at him. Put me out there, man. I'll be able to jam him. He had the big boy boot on and the pads and everything. I for sure put him inside a box that he can't get out of. He gonna have to slim his pads down. Less areas that you can redirect and see where you're going, because at wide receivers, you want to be sleek. You want to be like that Ferrari on your routes, but you want to still have impact to let people know that you got a little torque, And that torque is going to be able to give you that separation, Y'all remember those, let me tell you, back in the days, quick story. I used to have a little old Honda Civic, but my friend, she had a Ford Tempo. And when I get out of that Honda, it was cool and all, but that doggone Ford Tempo, that joker had some torque. It may not can go fast for a long distance, but that short area quickness, that torquing, boy, it's a little torque horse Ford Tempo. Y'all remember those little cars? Shoot. Before they remade them Tempo, that Tempo had some torque power to it. As a wide receiver, you want to have that little torque space that you can get in and out of tight distance, and especially if you're driving downtown, baby. You put that thing in D3, get on up there. That Ford Tempo used to be the the truth back in the days. Who remember that, man? Somebody say, man, what is the forward tempo? But it's really much to do about nothing with that news of CeeDee Lamb. All right, so here's another picture. I got a meeting to go to a little later on, so I'm trying to hurry up and speed through this. So y'all bear with me if I'm going a little fast. But somebody should value that forward tempo story, man. I used to see them broken down on the side of the road. Scorpio, yeah, that's because their torque was too much, and they burned those gears up on that thing trying to climb a hill. Those little cars was good on gas, but terrible when it's time to climb that hill. All right, so this is J-Rock, man, doing a catch drill, and you see 36. He's a phenomenal guy. 30, he's a phenomenal guy. I forgot their names. That's why I call them 30s and 31s and 31 and 27, and 37, yeah, that's the guy that we're going to have to see if we can squeeze him in on the show. They said he picked off the quarterback. I don't know which quarterback he picked off. And he's been phenomenal in OTAs, as well as this guy 21 way in the back over here. He's heading the right direction. And before anybody shanked me with the butter knife, yes, he did picked off Dak Prescott, and I'm talking about Gilly. Gilly been picking off Dak Prescott for a minute here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now Ford Thunderbird was legit. Yeah, shout out to you, Bobby Ellis. Abe says forward tempo. Was it a forward tempo? I think it was. It was turquoise with a funny back to it, But let me get back to football. Y'all give me what I'm saying, right? Somebody still got that forward tempo. Y'all know what turquoise green, it was like a booger green, it was terrible. All right, so here we got on this picture, we have the Malik Hooker. You see, I told Jerry to leave them hookers alone. He's over there still. He can't leave a hooker alone. All right, man. I'm just playing, y'all.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Get your damn act together. Don't like your attitude.
Okay, Jerry, all right, man. We ain't going to talk to you talking to that hooker, man. But I'm going to tell you, this hooker got him jammed up over here. And I'm looking for another good season out of Malik. He had 3 INTs last season. Yeah, 84. Look, my guy says from 84 to 94. Yes, that forward tempo was a 94 forward tempo, by the way. It was a 1994 forward tempo because I remember I had the 95 Honda. And that 94 forward tempo, man, it can scoop, man. It can literally, look, we talk about cars now, but, forward tempo, I'm putting 1994. Green. And if it's that, man, boy, yeah, baby. See, man, Scorpio, you the real one, man. See, bam. Y'all see that car right there, man? This mug got some torque, man. that car right there, and I think they made a 2-door, but this green Ford Tempo, that's the V6. I think she had the V, well, it wasn't V, it was just a 4-cylinder. And that joker, this car right here has some torque, man. That mark can scoot. Dude, it had a weird back to it. Let me see if I can find it, man. This Ford Tempo, that joker could scoot. It could scoot. These cars right here, man. Yes, indeed. Boy, some of these kids need these type of cars, man. Yes, indeed, baby. Somebody was like, nah, Lord, man, don't get your kids one of them. And then you can tell cars back then was made out of real metal, It was the same green. Yeah. Yeah, there you go right here. It was always weird that it looked like it was a 4-door, but it had the 2-door. Yeah, this is the exact same car. And we done got some tins and put some bass in the back of it, man. And they tinted the windows out and everything. I'm telling you, man, that car could scoot right there, man. I'm for real, man. Let me leave y'all alone. Y'all mad at me now. You really had that tempo. Ain't that right, the white? That mug could, the Saturday. That mug could scoot. Just make sure you keep that oil change on it, man. This car will not let you down. Now, the difference is between this car and a 1995 Honda. See, that 1995 Honda will run laps around it. But for the first 100,000 miles, this car could scoot, man. For the first 100,000 miles. Let me see. You can't go to this website, huh? Yeah, they trying to steal all my information. Let me get out of there, you know. But let me get back to German shoulder, man. But for the first 100,000 miles, that Ford Tempo, man, shoot, that Honda can't hold nothing to that car, man. Ford Taurus was popular too, man. All right, let me get out of this, man. Hey, speaking of this, since we are talking about Ford, which is an official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, holla at your boy, Ford. You know, I don't turn down no money. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm talking about your product. You know, they are practicing at the Ford Stadium over here. You know, it's part of Ford. So help your boy out, man. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. All right, so we got Schoonmaker. Let me hurry up and get this. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Ford Center, you know. All right, so this Schoonmaker working out with this dude right here. In a few years, he may, quote unquote, be the tight end whisperer. He may just be that. You know, he may be just that. He may be the tight end whisperer. Because anybody that worked with him or under him, they pick up a good level of knowledge of the game, you know. Nah, Law, no free forwards for you, man. They sponsor everything, Cowboys. Yeah, Ford. Is it Ford Tough? Build Ford Tough. They only good for 100 miles, though, 100,000 miles, though. After that 100,000 miles, those cars, they're going to need a new alternator. They're going to need a new alternator, you know, distributor all tore up and everything like that. Man, come on, man. Y'all see the legend over there?
Let's go, man! Let's go!
Yes, indeed. that guy right here, phenomenal, man. I can't wait. And after all of this stuff he's talking about, he's going to put on weight, it looks and appears that he still probably be the same size, you know. He probably still be the same size, bro. But we looking for torque out of him. We're looking for better skill plays and skill sets of play from him, too. So I think he will bring that to the table continuously. And that's my dog right there. Can y'all project what he's going to do this season since he got Mozzie now up front and since we got Gilly? There are two things that we got to talk about. Pressure up the middle, you get sacks from there, and cover sack. You get sacks from a guy that's not afraid to play bump and run, and that will be Gilly. Those two things, will add extra depths for this team, Cowboy Nation. I actually got a bounce, man, but we will be back a little later on today with me and Ashley Baker. We'll be going over some football stuff as well as some plans for the future. We got an unbelievable opportunity with some more and more things that's going to be around the way. If you like what you heard today with Ford Motor Company, Law Nation film breakdown of the guys in the still photos, let me know in the chat. But shout out to Ford Tempos, man. Shout out to them, man, for what we were able to do way back in the days, man, when we were still wet behind the ears on things. You know what I'm saying? But that two-door Ford Tempo was the groove. It just didn't have no style to it, right? No curve appeal. But it was getting you to point A to point B. And that's what life is about. My guy Spencer says 15 sacks, 80 tackles. I'm greedy. I want what Archer put down, man. Archer says 20 sacks, defensive player of the year. Come on, baby. That's what I want. But if he get 15 sacks, Spencer, and if he can give me 2 INTs, that will be defensive player of the year too. I would love for that to happen. We would want that to happen. We would want him to continue to elevate his game. Appreciate you, John. Content on assembly line for your mind, baby. Thank you, Howie, for number 11. 19.5, that's from my guy, Dan A. Y'all do me a huge favor. Tell the like button to lean forward just a little bit and slap it around. Sharing is caring. Found on the road dead, that was IROC said. Ford. But let me give you guys this, forwardly speaking. Even if you're found on the road dead, let it be with this in your heart. Let this be this within your mind. How about them Cowboys? Let them know that, hey, I wasn't going down without a fight. No. And they tried to take what was mine, and I gave it my all. I pushed all the way through. There were no days off. There was absolutely nothing that will be in front of me that can stop me. And that's all about the determinations of your heart, soul, and sinew. I get a lot of people every day asking me, Law, how can I be where you at? And I say, first and foremost, you got to have dedication. You got to be disciplined. And you got to be consistent in all that you do. You got to also come up and establish your own opinion, your own mindset, your own thoughts. And then you formulate those things and you put it together. And then you look back and say, hey, these are the things that I have accomplished. But I want more. As they say, more and more. I want it more. I want it all. And I ain't talking about Kelly Moore, by the way. But the desire should never be satisfied. You should always try to figure out how to better your best. There are many of people who took something and said that they are satisfied with it. Then they get stuck in their old ways. As you guys look over the channel, we always growing and changing up a little thing here and there. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and absolutely plan for it and lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply, ladies and gentlemen, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, guess what? You will get it. We out. Peace. Wrong slide again. Right slide, there we go. Boy, even I mess up sometimes. Let me fix it up right now so I won't do that again. There we go. We about. Peace.
God damn.